Hamilton.
Do you like to read? You won't be able to put...
Yeah, dude.
You
Are you the author?
Yes, I am.
Okay, man, I've been fucking looking for these books.
Have you been?
Yeah, dude.
Where'd you hear about them?
My buddy that lives in Hamilton.
I told you about them. I go everywhere, man. I just started coming to Kensington this year, actually. Cool. I don't know why I didn't come a lot sooner, because I love it here, man. It's great. Sundays are great here.
Cool. You were a squeegee kid. You were...
It's $20 a book, 2 for $35, because there is a sequel to Crackleton, the one you probably heard about the most.
Yep.
I actually wrote the sequel because everybody begged for it.
So it's a sequel.
Crackleton One More Time.
Just picks up 3 weeks
It
later.
literally picks up the story because everybody felt they wanted closure.
Okay.
And it wasn't closure, it was like one of those, and it's over.
And how much for the 3 of them? Squeegee Kid, Crackleton, and Crackleton.
I'll give you all 3 for 50 or all 5 for 80.
I'll do 3 for 50.
Cash, credit, debit?
Debit.
We'll sign them for you too.
Yeah, dude, I was actually looking for your stuff online.
Yeah, scthomas.com.
Okay, cool.
And you can actually read a story out of this, because this is going to be my prize. Because it's going to be a 10-book series about all the behind the scenes, all the mischief and crap we get into traveling through the US and Canada with the carnival. It's like carnival books written like they've never been written before, never been told stuff. Like,
You used to be a carny?
25 years.
Okay.
Over half my life.
Conklin?
I started with Conklin back in the 90s.
Okay.
When I was 17 years old. This actually literally takes, you're learning as I'm learning. You're going through the steps as I'm going through the steps type of story.
I used to be a carny with Conklin when I was 15.
Oh,
Like
did you travel?
How old are you now?
I'm 32.
32.
Yeah, first time I smoked crack was at the fucking carnival. It's a fucking experience.
Squeegee kid. I was like, oh my god.
This actually takes place in the 90s, just before Harris got his second term in office, when he was running on the platform for the Safe Streets Act, which outlawed squeegeeing. I actually got kind of caught up in that because they were already enforcing that law in the 90s before it even was a law.
Yeah.
Before it even was thought of, he was just running on the platform. The cops were already trying to enforce it. And they were coming over, kicking over my bucket, and I said, that's all right, I'll just go right in that coffee shop right there and fill it back up with fresh water. I need it anyway. And he said, I'll tell them not to fill it up. I said, I spend 50 bucks a day in there, bro. You think they're gonna listen to what you have to say?
No or you fill your juice up with piss and you fucking spitefully squeegee.
Yeah. Well, I never did any of that.
I mean, I don't know.
I was a carny, so I did it differently than most squeegee kids, okay? I wasn't one of the squeegee, they call them squeegee punks, right? Wearing the studs of spikes.
Yeah.
In a way, I understood because they're worried about their precious paint jobs.
Yeah, and you know what? Running up
I
to
wore
a
it.
car like that.
I wore the stuff on this type of stuff. I wore like track suits. I was an Adidas guy. I just got, so actually the story starts off, I was actually stranded in Mobile, Alabama.
Okay.
Because of the carnival, but as a Canadian citizen, the embassy has to get you back home. But they don't get you home, they dump your ass in the nearest major city, which is Toronto. I'm from Edmonton.
Oh,
So
shit,
too,
okay.
my mother showed me tough love. Now they dump my ass at the Greyhound station, which doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Without a nickel in my pocket, not knowing the city. But squeegeeing saved my life. It gave me a way to make some money.
Yeah.
And I was making fucking $300 a day by noon.
I was gonna say that too. We brought it back to Ottawa. Me and my buddy there. People were like, we haven't seen fucking squeegee punks in the longest time. Like, yeah, fucking.
You brought it back.
Oh,
Made
yeah.
a comeback.
Oh yeah, 300 bucks a day.
So you're 32 now, eh?
32, yeah.
I'm 47, so.
Okay.
But you know what? I wouldn't have these stories if I was only in my 30s, because I was still living my stories.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
I never thought about being a writer, ever.
do you know
It was this girl.
You know Chris Walter?
Chris Walter? No, I don't.
Really?
No, who's he?
God, he pretty much writes the exact same stuff that you do, but he's based out of Vancouver.
Chris Walter, remember
Yeah, I
that?
read that.
Yeah, dude, he's got fucking maybe.
Because she's an avid reader.
Okay, he's probably got like 15 books out, but yeah, it's all on the same like line that you.
Is he independent?
Yep. He has Go Fuck Yourself Press.
Yeah, my business name, because I'm legit, we do everything legit,
Yeah.
is S.E. Thomas. It's just like this, S.E. Thomas. But we actually, since we're legit because of her, me, I would have hit it all. But her, was square when I met her. She still kind of is more square than me, and she came from a proper household, not like me. But anyway, so we did everything legit during the COVID lockdowns. We actually made over 5,000 each from our books. So we got the COVID money. So we collected over 50,000 from them in total, like through the whole pandemic. And then we invested it in thousands of books. I spent 17 grand on books. I upgraded my whole setup. I got the GoPro. I got all brand new stuff for us, winter gear, summer gear, so we're ready for all weather, because we do this every day, 12 months a year.
Good. Awesome. This is good promotion too.
The only way I'm not out on the street is if it's fucking raining or like extremely like minus 30 cold, because we got heated jackets, so we really don't feel it. People think we're cold, but we're not.
Their skin still gets cold.
I signed that one. I signed that one.
Yeah, last weekend we went to that Word on the Street
And we'll do this
festival
now.
for the book industry. And they tried to run us off, the event organizer.
But he couldn't.
Yeah, he had the
Because that
cops
Safe
and
Streets Act
everybody.
actually helps me.
Yeah.
I'll give you a little
What's up?
hint. If you know any artists that do their thing on the streets and they're worried about how they're getting to get it out without getting busted, for having a license, you put this word on your sign.
Donation.
Instead, because the Safe Streets Act, when he made it that you couldn't ask for panhandlers couldn't ask for money, he made it that they could fly a sign asking for a donation.
And you know what? I've seen kids do that for like their soccer clubs or whatever. They're like
It's all, you know what it's called? Crowdfunding.
Yeah.
You just play under a crowdfunding, and they cannot, in the Word on the Street, there's 3 streets, they rented the streets, but in the middle there's a meridian where people walk. They cannot use the sidewalks because it's still got to be for the people to walk on. I stood right in the middle of the whole event on the sidewalk part, and they couldn't touch me. And he hated it. The head of the, watch my YouTube video, I'll give you a card.
All right.
You go to my YouTube channel.
Cool.
Actually, give me that for a minute. I'm gonna fix that because I changed the channel name from Essie Thomas's Street Grit just to Essie Thomas. So you go on there, and there's a video of him trying to run me off with cops. Everything. The cop said nothing because he knew I was 100% right. The cop kept his mouth shut the whole time.
Cool. So you have 50 bones?
I love what I do. This is my new drug.
Yeah.
And weed, of course.
Yeah, no, it's funny. Whereas,
So that's the charge, just so you can see.
yeah, it's funny where it all takes you now. Like, I'm an old, squeegee clock. I'm a production worker now.
Take care. No, that's a good one. Gotta listen to William Prince.
William Prince, who's that?
Canadian singer.
Singer?
Yeah, and
I like to put on a lot of hip. I like to play Canadian
I'm pretty
music.
sure it's called Carney.
William
But
Prince?
He's got a song about Carney.
Can I get a picture with you?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
It's
gotta
cool.
hear it.
You hold those.
Carney's in popular culture. Oh, that's great.
And if you like those, if you think these stories are crazy, wait till you read these ones.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
Hey,
Have
nice
a
to
great
meet
day.
you.
Nice
Nice to
meeting
meet you.
guys.